Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Just the Good Stuff, where I show you only the good stuff from the vendor restock this week. This week is October 11th, and we're going to start off right here in the base of operations, heading to the advanced weaponry vendor. This vendor does have an Omega rifle suppressor for us, 18.5 headshot damage. This is a max percentage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2% accuracy. Unfortunately, we do not have critical hit chance with this one, but it is still a very, very good mod to be picking up this week. Our next stop is going to be at the special equipment vendor inside the terminal. This one's a little bit unorthodox, but we do have the Liberator that's actually really good this week with Adept, Unforgiving, and Responsive. You can just roll Adept off for a different weapon talent, such as Deadly is what I would recommend, but you could really do whatever you'd like on that top talent. Next, we're heading over to Camp Hudson. This vendor has our very first damage to elite mod this week. We have a firearms 207 with 3% damage to elites. It's not too bad, could definitely be better, but if you don't have any firearm ones, these are going to be perfect to be picking up this week for your damage to elite builds. Our next stop is going to be the Autumn's Hope safe room, very top left corner, where you have an electronics mod 262 with skill power. These are both very high rolls. I would recommend picking up a couple of these for your skill builds if you don't have any. I actually picked up 10 of these to move across all of my different characters. Our next stop is going to be in the Dante's Run safe room. This one's going to have a firearms mod of 255 with 3% skill haste. These are great to pick up for any kind of damage build such as snipers if you want to get your booster shot back a bit faster. We're now heading over to the Southpaw safe house, which is in the bottom right corner of the map. This vendor has another damage to elite mod for us. This one's going to be a stamina roll. So we have 201 stamina on 4% damage to elites. 4% is a really good number. Stamina isn't the best case scenario, but you can easily put some of these on your defense builds or your striker builds if you're running a 9k stamina striker. With all that being said, that's going to be our last light zone vendor. Now we're heading over to the dark zone. This is East 58th Street that we're starting off at. This vendor has an inventive backpack with electronic skill power and bleed resistance. The rolls aren't that high, but if you don't have any inventive backpacks, you can at least start off with this one. Just roll bleed off for either disrupt or ammo capacity. Now we're heading over to the west side here, West 34th Street. This vendor does have an electronics mod with skill haste. This is a 256 roll. Not the highest that we can achieve, but it's still a all-around great mod to be using if you don't have any electronic skill haste mods available to you. And we're heading one more checkpoint up here, West 39th Street. This vendor is going to be selling a 262 stamina mod on 2.5% exotic damage resilience. This is perfect to be throwing on your builds that combat predator users in the dark zone. And finally, for the blueprints this week, the lightweight M4 is for sale again this week. Make sure to pick this gun up if you have not picked it up yet already. This is for sale inside Camp Clinton along with the MG5. And finally, the terminal has the Pro Red Dot sight blueprint available. Make sure to pick this up if you do not have any critical hit damage sights available for your assault rifles. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of Just the Good Stuff. Hopefully there's some stuff here you guys will be picking up this week. I certainly did buy the majority of the items actually that were available this week. If you'd like to keep a closer eye on this series, I do all of these in my Discord server as well. Make sure to join the Discord server. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. In the Discord server, you'll find other players that are avidly playing the Division 1 who can help you out with your builds or just general matchmaking. Otherwise, hopefully you guys enjoy this week's vendor restock, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a good rest of your day.